Gage Provider, crushbackpain.com. Today we're going to talk about piriformis syndrome. So piriformis syndrome is a type of non-discogenic sciatica. That just means that it's sciatica that is not caused by a bulging disc or a herniated disc. The majority of the time, sciatica is caused by a herniated disc or a bulging disc. In the case of piriformis syndrome, it's not. So the symptoms actually come from dysfunction of the piriformis muscle. So the point of the video today is to show you how to determine if your sciatica symptoms are from piriformis syndrome. Because if they are, then you want to address it differently than you would address the sciatica symptoms if they were coming from the lower back, if they were coming from a bulging disc or a herniated disc. I'm going to show you two simple tests that you can do that will help you determine if your symptoms are from piriformis syndrome. This first test, you can do it sitting in a chair, you can be on a bed, you can even be on the ground. It's a really simple test. So it's called the piriformis stretch test. So let's say I have right-sided sciatica. First of all, with piriformis syndrome, generally the pain is felt deep in the buttocks, and it'll come down the back part of the thigh, the posterior part of the thigh. Sometimes it'll get down below the knee, down into the upper leg. Symptoms are often made worse with squatting, with sitting. Walking can make the symptoms worse, playing sports. That's kind of how piriformis syndrome presents a lot of the time. So if you have symptoms like that, try these two tests and see what happens. So for the piriformis stretch test, you're going to take the symptomatic leg. In my case, we're saying I have sciatica symptoms on my right, and you're going to just bring that leg up so it's in position like this, and then you're going to turn your toe in. So the toe is going to come in, that internally rotates the hip, and then you're just going to pull your leg over like this. And you're going to see if you get any familiar deep buttock pain, posterior thigh pain, lower leg pain. What this test does is it actually just stretches the piriformis muscle and puts some tension on the nerve there at the piriformis muscle. So again, toes turned in, that's internal rotation at the hip, then you add up to the hip, and you see if you get any familiar symptoms. If you get any familiar buttock pain, leg pain, that is considered a positive test. The next test you're going to do, and I'm going to show you this test on the ground, that way you'll know exactly how to do it. So with this test, you're going to put the painful side up. So in my case, we're saying I have sciatica symptoms on my right side. So my right side's going to be up, and I'm just going to get on my left side, so on left sideline, right side up, symptomatic side up, and you're just going to take that leg and just let the knee fall down, the leg where you have your symptoms, and then you're going to actually kind of internally rotate your hip, which just involves bringing the leg up like that. You're going to see bringing the foot up like that. You're going to see if that provokes any buttock pain, posterior thigh pain, lower leg pain. If it does, that's considered positive. And then the next thing you're going to do, you're going to be in that position with the knee down on the ground, and then you're just going to pull your entire knee up off the ground. You're going to hold it for about 5 seconds. That forces the piriformis muscle to contract, and you're going to see if that provokes any of the familiar buttock pain, posterior thigh pain, lower leg pain. If it does, that's considered a positive test. So those are the tests you're going to do to determine if your sciatica symptoms are coming from dysfunction of the piriformis muscle. If those tests are positive, they provoke your sciatica symptoms, then we would say you have piriformis syndrome. Now, if you have piriformis syndrome, I'm going to show you in the next video exactly what to start doing to address those symptoms. If you need help building a strong, pain-free back, go over to crushbackpain.com. Check out some of the programs I have over there. If this video helped you, if you liked it, give me a thumbs up below. Also, ask any questions you have on piriformis syndrome, sciatica, lower back pain. I'll be sure to answer those with a video here on the Crush Back Pain YouTube channel. Also, check back weekly on the Crush Back Pain YouTube channel for more ways to beat back pain.